Hey, what's going on, everybody out there? You know who it is. It's ZEUS CRUZ of Olympian Multimedia, presenting you another segment of A Word with the World. And we have a returning guest. So definitely show some love and support to Miss Darlene Durham. How you doing, Miss Durham?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm definitely doing great, having this opportunity to sit down with you and kind of discuss what we love to do, which is to write. So that's the basic outlook of this segment. We're both going to be reciting a poem that we came up with. And we're kind of just going to elaborate a little bit on the concept, how we develop it, what it means to us. You know, just have a nice dialogue, you know, talking about the thing that we're passionate about. You know, writing our thoughts and putting them together. So I guess I'll begin, Miss Darlene, and definitely want to get your insight on what I'm about to read. This is just something new that I wrote. It definitely came in a wave as far as the idea. It's definitely, I feel like, something people that they could relate to, something that we talk about. It's an expression that's kind of used frequently. So let's take a crack at it. It's entitled Hamster Wheel. So I hope you enjoy. Succumbing to the intoxication of fulfilling my quest, drank just a sip from the cup of success. It further gives potency to my spirit as I climax towards completion. So I push ever so harder upon the hamster wheel and move forward to the vortex of belief that my imagination will become realism. And in one way, shape, or form, I will manifest my destiny. So I have purpose, right? A starting point. Yet I'm not reaching my destination. I can view the end game along the horizon, but still it's beyond my grasp. And so I ask, how is something so near, so far from reach? It's like I'm moving off balance through time and space around the rings of Saturn with an illusion of fulfillment staring back at me constantly. How long must I journey till I reach my full potential so to ascend my plateau? And now the hologram of imagery is starting to dissipate. And now what was real to me has morphed into a moment of enchantment? For my vision paints a picture of a caged institution which taunts me with a supposed release. So the hamster wheel circulates my thoughts and the patterns. But if there's no finale to the effort, then I'll be stuck forever in false, ambitious freedom. For even if I could escape the hamster wheel, how would I ever break out of the prison that is my mind? So the thought concept behind this particular stanza comes from the fact of the hamster wheel. You know, that's something that we all use, like I said before, that expression, you know, as far as to basically personify ambition. You know, you want to get on the hamster wheel. You want to keep moving. You know, you want to keep progressing. You know, don't give up on your dreams or your ambitions. You know, as the hamster continues to move, that's how you should be. Mentally, psychologically, spiritually, you want to keep in that movement. But I'm looking at it more from the other end of the spectrum. You know, you look at a hamster and he's constantly moving, but is he really reaching his destination? You know, he's just moving in one motion. And at some point in time, he's tired, he takes a rest, he goes about it the next day. And I'm kind of looking at it from a big picture standpoint. Whereas the hamster gets off the wheel, he looks at his surroundings, he looks through behind that plate of glass, and he sees everything that's transpiring in front of him, right? You know, people going about, moving around, and doing different things, see all kinds of elaborate colors, elaborate just motion in the background. And you ever stop to think, like, maybe the hamster's thinking, like, man, it's awfully better out there than it is in here. You know what I mean? Because this is what I just look forward to. You know, if this is meant to be progress, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because my day is only focused on just going back to the wheel, turning around in that same motion, getting off, come back at it again. You know, and sometimes we get in such a rut sometimes where you feel like you're moving ahead in life, and you're moving and you're progressing with your goals and your dreams and so forth. But then you think like, am I really? Because where's the fruits of my labor, right? Because it just seems like I'm just stuck at this one point and there's no progression, right? So you're looking around and putting in all this work supposedly, but I'm not moving the meter. So can that feel like the hamster wheel a little bit? As far as like, yeah, I'm keeping the mental aspect, I'm keeping it moving. You know, I'm progressing in that way. Like I'm not going to have anything hinder me from moving on with my goals. But why does it feel like everything's in slow-mo and I'm just stuck here and there's not that progression to go along with it? You know, what do you think, Mr.?
I think that the answer, need to stay focused, never quit, never give up. We have a goal in life that we want to get to. Sometimes we want it faster than when it's appointed to you.
Mm-hmm.
We do get tired and weary, but the main important thing is to get up and keep going. Keep, no matter how hard it looks. You may not see the progress, but other people might see the progress that you made. You just stay focused, you know your goal, you know what you want, and just don't give up.
Very good point. But what do you do when, like at some point in time, obviously whatever you do in life, it's more so because you do it for yourself before others. You know, a lot of people are going to have their own opinions as far as what you're doing. You may not be going about things the right way. Everybody has their own perspective on how to do things. So how do you get to the point where you feel like you are moving in the right direction if you feel within yourself the meter's not going up? So as much work as I'm putting out, I just feel stuck here. Despite the fact that maybe other people see you're accomplishing something, but within yourself, you don't feel like, you know what I mean? Because at some point when you do stuff, it's like I want to see, like I said before, the fruits of your labor. I want to see something become of this. If I'm working toward this and this is my goal, you know what I mean? I could be patient enough to reach that, but I want to see it somewhat being fulfilled. So if you yourself are not seeing it be fulfilled, despite the fact that other people are saying that you're seeing it, how do you keep yourself motivated and focused enough to be like, yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. I am making a difference.
I believe if you have a dream, you keep focused, keep at it. You just pray and ask God to show you, you know, what plans He had for your life, because He predestinated your life. You know, sometimes we have choices what we want to do, and God got other plans what He wants you to do. And you just gotta stay focused. Just got to believe in yourself, and you can't pay attention to what other people want you to do, how they want you to act, how they want you to achieve your goal. You just got to put that out your mind and go for what you believe in your whole heart, that you know it's right. You can't. The best opinion is from God, because He's not going to make no mistakes. We can listen to people's opinions. Some are right and some are not. But we got to be focused on what He wants for our life, and we will get there.
Very good point. Always good to get a new perspective on things, and you definitely offering that, Mr. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm speaking from personal experience. You know, obviously I'm using the analogy of the hamster wheel, but sometimes I really feel that way. Like I feel like I'm just in constant motion. I got 1,000 thoughts in my head. There's like 1,000 voices in my head. And I'm trying to cipher through all of them to see which one's important, which one is just filtered that I could just kind of blurt out. And as much as I feel like I'm actually doing something and I'm making a difference and I'm making that turn toward something good, something fruitful, it just seems like I'm just stuck. You know what I mean? It's like a time warp, like I'm in limbo. And it starts questioning yourself, like, should I even be doing this? You know what I mean? And that's definitely a rabbit hole you definitely don't want to go down when you start feeling like, is there really a purpose behind what I'm doing? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like whatever you do in life, no matter what it is, you should have some kind of purpose behind it. You know what I mean?
Yes. I know what you mean. We all feel that way. We all feel tired and weary, but we don't give up. And we all have a purpose in life. God wouldn't have put us on this earth unless He had a purpose for our life. Even if it's to encourage somebody to go on, there's a purpose for your life and my life and everybody's life. You just got, if you're unsure, you just ask Him, He'll show you, but you keep doing good and you don't give up. You may get weary, but don't give up. Change is coming.
Good point. Very good point. So, let's put the spotlight on you now, Miss Darrell, and let's see what you got going on over there. What's your poem?
Okay. I have wrote a poem about words. The poem goes, in the beginning was the Word. Words can be spoken, words can be mumbled, words can heal, words can hurt. Words can tell the truth, words can lie. Words are important, words are unimportant. Words can teach hate, words can teach love. Words can explain, and words can confuse. In the end, one word will stand, that is love. I wrote this because a lot of people in the world are hurt by words. What people say to them, what people talk about them, but words are just words. Words should be a healing process, an encouraging process. We should be mindful of what we say. We should think about what we say before we say it to someone, if it's going to be encouraging or it's going to be damaging. Some words stick with people for years. They grow hate and resentment for something someone said. And we got to get past that in this world. We got to send out words of love, to love each other. It's better to be quiet and think about it and pray about it before you go attack somebody with your words. Because words are important. In the beginning of the world, God spoke the earth in existence. He spoke your life in existence. Words, because people don't understand how important words are. And everyone need to get up every morning and just thank God for His words, how you need to speak a word on yourself and say, I am special in God's eye. I will succeed. I will make it. The hamster will get off the wheel. But we need to keep that in mind about loving each other with words.
Wow. You definitely said a mouthful there, Mr. You know what I mean? I hope people let that sink in, what she's trying to say when it comes to words, because it's so easy to kind of overlook the power that, you know, is fused within them. You know, when you think of like a force or something being powerful, you're thinking of it in a physical sense, like you have to actually feel it, you know, touch it. But words can pierce just as hard as you get a physical blow. You know, you saying something, and of course, the other end of the person or the other end of the communication, whoever you're speaking to, they might misconstrue what you're saying, maybe read too much into it, put too much feelings into it. But a lot of times, especially in the way you're saying it, your mannerisms, the way you come off, you know, you really meant to say that. You really meant to hurt me. You really meant to kind of have me questioning myself. Have me kind of like mentally kind of like warped out a little bit. Like, wow, do I really need to make changes within myself? Or do I really act that way? Do I really come across that way? And it can be any kind of settings, relationships, your friendships, your significant other, married partner, whatever the case may be, workmates, colleagues, whatever atmosphere that you're in. I wish people take more time to really consider, and like what you mentioned earlier, think before you say something. You know what I mean? Like, I know most people have the attitude like, you know, whatever I say, you just take it with a grain of salt, just deal with it. You know what I mean? I know I'm like that. I'm one of the main ones. You know what I mean? But I also have a lot of attitude and a lot of emotion when I say things as well. And I know people misconstrue that as, you know, this guy's angry all the time. You know, whether it's the world or things that's personal to him or whatever. And a lot of times it's not like that. I'm just a very straightforward, I want you to get what I'm saying right from the gate. And maybe in your mind you process it like I'm actually saying something good or meaningful. But then you can take it as, man, this guy's off his rocker a little bit, you know what I mean? Or I feel like he's attacking me personally, and it's not that. It's just I actually care enough to even say anything to you. You know what I mean? But just the way you put the words together, it's like you have to take that in consideration. I mean, I know you probably think of that as well when you're doing your writings. You know, you have to kind of think out, put some thought, some planning into how you're going to write your concept or write your book or so forth, right?
Yes, that's true. And when I wrote this, someone hurt me with the words, so I go right, instead of attacking that person, I write out how I feel, and I talk to God about it, because I could be wrong too. I might have said something to them to come back at me, but you know, words are so important. You can speak stuff in existence. You can get up and say, you know, I'm going to succeed. Just speak the word out, and you know, just believe, you know, that God's going to bless you. Just believe and speak the rightful word. You know, you'll see much better things in life if you just speak positive words. I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's so much easier to be negative than positive.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So that's a very good point that we definitely want to reiterate. You know what I mean? This goes beyond our realm. We're just dialoguing a little bit based off what we wrote, but that's actually like a good thought to have just in regular life. You know what I mean? Look to try to upbuild people. You know what I mean? There's already enough negativity in the world that we don't need it more so, especially as something as subtle as our speech. Because like I said, you can quickly say something and it'll totally throw the scope of a person's mind off. You know what I mean? And that might have been your intention, but a lot of times it's not our intentions. You know what I mean? And we just blurt things out and not really give it much thought. But look to try to be positive and divert that positive energy into people with your words. Be encouraging. It's free. It doesn't take much. You know what I mean? Especially you can read somebody's body language, right?
Yes.
You can kind of tell they're not in the right headspace. So just a few kind words can go a long way.
Yes, it could. Yes, it could.
So that's definitely a lesson that I've learned from Miss Durham. Very sweet, very kind. Always know the right thing to say in a situation. I know we done had our talks where I'm being very animated. I'm like, no, I'm going to do it this way. You know what I mean? And you're just like, all right, relax. You know, there's always one way of looking at things. You know what I mean? And it's so easy how the right wording and the way you express yourself can kind of cool down a situation. You know what I'm saying? It's very heavy. Your words can be like wildfire. It can spread. It can be very destructive. But just going on that other end of the spectrum, it can also be a cooling, a nice calming experience if you just go about it the right way.
Yes.
So, Miss Durham, I definitely appreciate you coming back and having this sit down with me. It's always a beautiful thing to dialogue with a like-minded person who's into writing. And I love the part that you were saying that it has that therapeutic aspect to it. You know what I mean? Just going, instead of just diverting all that negative energy towards somebody, you know, I just go ahead and just write my thoughts, you know what I mean? And just kind of get myself together in that way. It's just great to dialogue with somebody because I kind of feel the same way too. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of moments, you know what I mean? So I'd rather take it out on paper than take it out on somebody. But again, Ms. Durham, appreciate you coming through. I definitely want to pitch this out to you guys out there that Ms. Durham and myself is going to be at the Brishton Library on November 13th from 1 to 4. It's a book signing event. So please come out and support your local authors. It's going to be a nice event. You can bring the family. There's going to be light refreshments served. There's going to be other authors there, other book executives there. For possibly if you're looking to do a book project yourself, there's people there that you can talk with and dialogue with. Obviously, you can dialogue with different local authors as well. We're going to have our books there for sale. It's definitely, I feel like it's going to be a family event. So definitely come out. Yours truly, Miss Durham, is going to bless the event, you know what I mean, with our appearances there. Again, November 13th, it's on a Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. And it's located in Bristol, New Jersey on Commerce Street. So definitely check it out. Come check us out. I think you'll enjoy yourself. Also, too, please, to go with the whole theme of supporting your local authors, Ms. Durham has her new book, A Tin Can Life, where she talks about her personal experiences throughout her lifetime. It's definitely a must-have, very in-depth. I think you, the viewers, can really relate to a lot of things that she went through. And I give her all the kudos in the world, the courage to share these experiences with us, to, you know, the readers, to you guys. Please support. It's on Amazon, available on Amazon.com. Check it out. And, you know, just show support. So that's it. You know what I mean? I definitely want to thank you guys for coming. Once again, I thank Ms. Durham for coming through. Always a beautiful thing. This is another segment of A Word with the World presented by Olympian Multimedia. I'm ZEUS CRUZ, and we'll check you later.